Jessie woo, VBS. I just turn the water on. Big old flex. She never saw before. He's chasing me like waterfall. Jessie woo. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Just a Couple Things, y'all. Your favorite podcast hosted by me, your sister, Jessie Woo. Now, before we get into all the things we're going to talk about, before we get into just a couple things, please make sure that you're following my podcast on every platform that streams podcasts, okay? So if you are an Apple Podcast girly or guy, go on, head down to Apple Podcasts, look for Just a Couple Things, hit follow, okay? And if you're the Spotify people, spot Just a Couple Things on Spotify podcasts and hit follow, okay? And if you're watching me here on YouTube and you like the visuals, okay, the visuals are very important. So make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so you can see the visuals, okay? Now, speaking of visuals, did y'all know that I'm dropping a single this Friday? I'm dropping a single this Friday, okay? It's called Kaseli. All right. It's going to be a Creole, Zouk kind of feeling, Caribbean vibe. I will have translations for the non-Creole speakers, but I'm jumping back into my music bag this year. Okay. I've wanted to do this for a minute, and coming into this year, I really have been in the studio a lot. And so, yeah, Kaseli is actually a song I first recorded 3 years ago. But it still sounds so damn good. So I was like, you know what? This will be the first song that I drop. So yeah, it'll be on every platform that streams podcasts this Friday. And here's a little snippet of it. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Now let's get into just a couple things. All right, so let's get into what is just irritating to me. Something that's just irritating to me before we get into just a couple things. But hop in the comments, let me know something that is just irritating to you. For me, it is people who put their outside shoes on carpet. I really think that you people who put your outside shoes on carpet to walk, I think that y'all deserve the electric chair. Like, I just do. Cause what in your mind makes it okay for you to walk into someone's home, you see carpet, and you don't immediately take your shoes off? Like what kind of mental illness is that? You know, you've been walking outside, it's doo-doo outside, it's pee, it's bird doo-doo, it's pollen outside, it's dirt, it's mud, it's rocks, it's spit, it's sweat. Like, what makes it okay for you to step on water, rivers, lakes that you waterfalls that you beach? What? You come into someone's home, you see that they have carpet. Why don't you immediately think, oh, let me take my sneakers off. Oh, let me take my shoes off. I just find that irritating. Hop in the comments and let me know what you think is irritating. I feel like people who walk on carpet with their outside shoes on, nous va bien en tête. Nous va bien en tête. Something is wrong with your brain. Something is wrong with your brain. Turn it on. Thank you. All right, let's get into just a couple things. Breaking news. Lizzo. We have Lizzo, and the 37-year-old is revealing that she didn't lose her virginity until after winning her first Grammy in 2020. So Lizzo lost her virginity at the tender age of 31. So recently she was on the podcast Friends Keep Secrets, where she told Benny Blanco, Lil Dicky, and Kristen Batalucco about waiting until her 30s to lose her virginity. And after the host tried guessing when it happened, Lizzo stunned them by revealing it happened in 2020. Isn't that crazy? In a panoramic? Lizzo lost her virginity in the panoramic, child. And she said, I wasn't even thinking about it, but I promised myself when I was younger that I wouldn't have sex until I won a Grammy. So back in 2020, she did win a Grammy, and she chose to celebrate it by losing her virginity.
I was a late bloomer.
26?
It's so embarrassing.
28? 2024.
2025.
2020.
Oh, really?
Isn't that crazy?
What do y'all think? What are y'all thoughts on this? I really wonder what it would have been like if I lost my virginity in my 30s. I lost my virginity when I was 19 years old. It was my first year of college. And I remember my entire life, my mother shaming me, using the word of God, parole bon Dieu, to instill fear in me about losing my virginity. Jessica, don't have sex. Jessica, remets en haut, pas remets en bas. My grandma used to say that. Remets en haut, pas remets en bas. So love belongs on top, not the bottom. Okay, it's a Haitian saying. And my mom used Christianity fear. She would say, if you're going to have sex, Jessica, you're going to die. Sounan fe bagay, wap mouri, oui. Jessica, sounan fe bagay, wap mouri, wap gen sida. She used to threaten me with the AIDS. The AIDS. Like, sou fe nan sex, wap gen sida. And you know, my mama was a nurse, so my mother threatened me with the fear of God and with AIDS to not have sex. So, you know, I, for the longest, didn't think about it either. I mean, I feel like when I was in high school, everybody was having sex but me. But when I got to college, it was like, okay, sex was a thing. And I was dating this Haitian guy. I lost my virginity to a Haitian man now. Lost my virginity to a Haitian man who the next week after I lost my virginity from him did a series of adult films where he was eating fried chicken while getting sucked up by Asian women. It was just crazy. It was insane. But I just remember losing my virginity and thinking, this is it? I think I had just built up this thing in my mind that losing my virginity was going to be this cinematic thing, that birds were going to be chirping and it was going to be a choir singing. Oh, you know, like bells and whistles. And, you know, I was going to make all the noises that I saw white people make, you know, when they having sex on TV. You know how white people be just breathing so hard. I just thought that was going to be like me losing my virginity, and it wasn't. I was so disappointed. I just remember laying there after his last stroke and thinking, this is it? This is what I'm about to die for? Because remember, my mama told me I was going to die. So I remember thinking, this is what I'm going to die for? These 10 strokes? That I could barely take in, mind you, because he was Haitian and I was a virgin, okay? Life hack, don't lose your virginity to a Haitian man, okay? Please. My goodness, my poor body did not deserve that. It felt like a bus had hit me. And there wasn't no bells and whistles. There wasn't no sweating. It wasn't no... It was none of that. I was so disappointed. Hop in the comments and let me know how it was losing your virginity. Was losing your virginity everything you thought it would be, or were you disappointed like I was? Okay, we're still in just a couple things. Megan Thee Stallion hospitalized in New York after exiting Moulin Rouge, the musical, mid-performance. Man, prayers go out to Meg Thee Stallion. I was so excited for her to see that she was joining the Moulin Rouge. And I've seen some clips from her performances. Amazing. Listen, Meg Thee Stallion is an amazing performer. So when I saw that she was joining Broadway, I was like, yes. Amazing. But this is such sad news. Apparently, she was hospitalized in New York City after she fell ill during a performance on Broadway and was forced to exit mid-show. During Tuesday's production, Megan started feeling very ill and was promptly transported to a local hospital where her symptoms are currently being evaluated. We will share additional updates as more information becomes available. This morning, Kalandrick, who is her hairstylist, tweeted this, asking that everybody say a prayer for her. So We're definitely keeping Meg Thee Stallion in prayer. Whatever's going on, Lord, I pray that you touch her body, that you heal her. Okay, that she comes back to Broadway 100%. Okay, so hop in the comments and drop some prayer hands for Megan. All right, next, just a couple things. We have Ray J versus the Kardashians. So it looks like Ray J just won a small victory in court with a judge shutting down a plea from Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner over a secret 2023 adult tape deal. TMZ's reporting that Kim Kardashian and her mom, Kris Jenner, were shut down in their fight to keep information about their 2023 settlement with Ray J from the public, TMZ has learned. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, a Los Angeles Superior Court judge denied Kim and Kris the request to seal certain documents, including the 2023 deal. The judge ruled Kris and Kim failed to present enough evidence that the deal being made public would cause them harm. Period, boo. As TMZ first reported, Kim and Kris sued Ray J in October 2025, claiming he defamed them by claiming the mother-daughter duo was being looked at by the feds. Kim and Kris denied the claims. Ray J countersued Kim and Kris, claiming they breached a secret 2023 deal they had hashed out over the infamous tape that made Kim Kardashian famous. Ray J claimed that he was paid $6 million to keep quiet about the tape forever. He claimed Kim and Kris violated the deal by talking about the tape in an episode on their Hulu show. Kim and Kris rushed to the court pleading for the agreement submitted by Ray J and other documents related to the tape to be kept under wraps, claiming the docs contained highly confidential and private information. What is so private? What is the private information y'all don't want us to know? I think by now we all know that the tape between Ray J and Kim was a scheme that Todd and Kris Jenner set up to come to us with the bullshit. Like, we know that, right? Like, we all know this by now, right? We all know this by now, right? But I think what some people didn't know is that Ray J basically was hit with a gag order from the Kardashians to never speak on that. And apparently they were not supposed to speak on it as well, which is why Ray J is countersuing them for that. The agreement resolved highly sensitive matters that the parties explicitly agreed to keep confidential in order to protect their families from public disclosure and respect those sensitive matters. Child, I want to know what this material is, honey. Because I do think that it would expose the Kardashians for who they really are. But at this point, who cares? You got black women buying Skims. Like, nobody, like, at this point, I don't think anybody really truly cares. You know, like, the Kardashians have been able to make so much money off of people like Lamar Odom, Ray J, Kanye West, like, you know, Travis Scott. They've been able to infiltrate black culture and do things and gain heights that black people, black women just never will, you know, because they were able to infiltrate our culture so effortlessly because of the help of black men. I mean, it's too late. Like, now they're all billionaires now. So it's like, it doesn't matter what's revealed. It's not going to ruin their public perception. It's not going to ruin their business. So I really don't think anybody cares. Let me know if you feel different. In raccoon news, Tristan Thompson appeared on a podcast that is affiliated with Fox News. And he said that he loves what Trump is doing for this country.
You were born in Canada, but you officially became a U.S. citizen in 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure it was a very long road.
No, it's pretty quick.
Actually, really?
Yeah.
Is it because you're in the NBA?
I think it was just because of the pandemic, so they were just quick with it.
What are your thoughts on President Trump's crackdown on illegal aliens?
I mean, you know, with President Trump, what he's doing, first of all, I love what he's done so far for our country. I think he's helped our country a lot. In terms of where he stands with that, I think, you know, I'm a firm believer because I have family members and I have people that are immigrants. I think, you know, I believe, you know, for those that do the thing the right way and get the papers, I think they should be taken care of first and foremost. I think that's the right thing, right? I think that's the right way of going about it. But yes, do we have some great, brilliant minds of people that are in the process of getting their papers or in the process of their in-between stage, I totally understand. I think it should be case by case on the right people.
Watching Tristan Thompson say things like he loves what Trump is doing for the country when it comes to immigration, it really gives the Cubans in Miami, I will vote for Donald Trump. It gives that same energy because Tristan Thompson is a Jamaican born in Canada. You don't even go here. Like, Tristan Thompson is a Canadian, like me. You guys know that, well, a lot of y'all still be finding out. I was born in Montreal, Canada, okay? This man is a Canadian-born Jamaican. A Canadian-born Jamaican. So if you're an immigrant, that means that your parents are immigrants as well, twice. Because I'm going to go ahead and assume that they were immigrants in Canada, and now that they're here, they're also immigrants in America. It gives the Cubans in Miami all over again. It gives raccoon energy. This is why we can't listen to the Tristan Thompsons, the Nick Cannons. Like, they're raccoons. They're literally raccoons. And the thing with these raccoons is they are giving Trump props for policies that literally go against their good. When you see Tristan Thompson and Nick Cannon or the Anton Daniels or anybody else who is Black having these talking points, you immediately realize it's their village.
You know how we say it take a village to raise a child? But what if the village is retarded? What you think it's going to produce?
It's their village. Because how are you supporting a man whose policies literally don't do you any good? Literally don't do you any good. I had somebody in my comments that was like, I mean, but it's true though. The Democrats don't care about Black people. Who is out here voting based on a party caring about them? As a Black person, if you're going to the voting booth and you're voting for the party you think cares about you, it's your village. It's your village. It's your village. And I would tell you to read, but clearly you can't read. You don't understand context. You don't understand history. You don't understand nuance. It's your village. It's your village, babes. It's your village. You don't have to go back to the 1800s. You can simply go back to 60 years ago and look at the civil rights movement. What party was willing to put forth legislation that your ancestors in this country were looking for the betterment of Black people? It's a simple question with a simple answer. It's a simple question with a simple answer. And then post the civil rights era, what party consistently has put forth legislation that is for your good as a Black person, as a brown person, as an immigrant, as a Native American? What party? Simple question, simple answer. If you cannot answer that, it's your village. And I ain't got nothing to talk to you about. Next. All right, we're still in Just a Couple Things. Have you all been made abreast of the Kristi Noem situation? Clap if you've heard about the Kristi Noem situation. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, Kristi Noem's husband just got exposed for wearing titties in online chat rooms. Oh, no. Yup. Utande kose ya, bambwe. Bambwe. Yup. Kristi Noem's husband is in online chat rooms wearing fake titties. He was exposed. This was all exposed by the Daily Mail. Now, according to Here's Why Kevin, that's our cousin child, that's our hermano, Kristi Noem's husband, Byron Noem, Okay, Daily Mail unearthed these photos showing her husband wearing titties, wearing plastic titties, skin-tight booty shorts, okay, padded leggings, and engaging in so-called bimbofication kinks in online chat rooms. Now, what makes this insane? I mean, it's insane, period. It's insane, period, right? This is a married man wearing plastic titties, okay? And do you see the nipples on them titties? It's not just that he's wearing fake titties. It's the titties. Look at the nipples on these titties. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Look at the nipples on these titties. Byron, are you okay? You're clearly not okay. Okay, so, but that's not even the biggest gag, right? Him wearing these titties and sitting in these, online chat rooms and doing all these kinks. Kristi Noem is the former Department of Homeland Security chief. Okay? She is the former head of the Department of Homeland Security. Okay? All this ICE activity that you see happening, her. All the rallying of these immigrants, this whole ICE movement where you see ICE rallying up anybody who's black, brown, and doesn't speak good English. We've had Black American, actual African Americans be deleted from this earth because of what's happening with ICE, spearheaded by her. Mind you, the director of ICE has said himself that, they want to run ICE like Amazon Prime, but for human beings. Kristi Noem spearheaded this. All these stories coming out of these ICE detention centers about women being taken against their will and these ICE agents and ICE officers having their way with these women, abusing these women, and these women are popping up pregnant. Okay? Kristi Noem, partially responsible for this. So anyway, the biggest gag of this is that allegedly, according to TMZ, Byron Noem and his plastic titties were exposed by an undocumented immigrant. Hey! Yup. Okay. He was allegedly exposed by an undocumented immigrant seeking retribution for Trump's policies. This is TMZ who is alleging this.
And allegedly, the immigrant was someone who he was paying for his services.
Now, according to TMZ, they said this. White House reporter Mark Caputo posted on X Tuesday that he received a weird tip in February about Byron Noem's secret gender-bending impulses, which includes photographing himself wearing huge fake breasts and pink spandex shorts. But get this, Caputo says the tipster was an immigrant sex worker. Yes, child. Yes. I love it. I loving it. I'm loving it. I love this. This is what you call karma. A lot of y'all don't be using karma right. This is karma for your ass. Because you was in there showing, look at these titties. Look at Byron's titties, y'all. In them chat rooms showing these fake titties to these immigrants that your wife is rallying up and sending to ICE detention centers. Hello? And what be so insane to me is these be the conservatives. These be the anti-gay people, the anti-immigrant people. I mean, look at Trump. Look at J.D. Vance. Both have immigrant wives at home. Yet look at what they're doing to immigrants. Why is Melania not in an ICE detention center? Why is Melania not in an ICE detention center? Ain't she an immigrant too? It's just insane. Now, the internet had to start internet, and they said that this is Byron Noem in these chat rooms, child. Not the T.S. Madison titty shake. They said that's Byron Noem shaking his plastic titties down to these chat rooms. Now, here's why Kevin is also alleging that Noem knew that her husband was gay. Child, I can't. According to Here's Why Kevin, she was definitely caught off guard by these pictures being exposed. Apparently, she didn't know that him wearing plastic titties was a thing. However, according to sources, Kristi Noem allegedly admitted to sources that her husband is gay. This is a tweet from Ryan James Gerdusky. I mentioned on my podcast months ago that one of Trump's cabinet members was telling reporters off the record that her husband was gay. I didn't name Noem by name out of respect for privacy, but to say she had no idea really flies in the face of what she was saying. Of course, he tweeted this in response to Stephanie Myers, who says, new Kristi Noem's representatives respond to the Daily Mail report about her husband's alleged secret double life where he cross-dresses and chats online with fetish models, saying she's devastated and the family is blindsided by this. They're asking for privacy and prayers. Okay, so what's his name? Ryan said, girl, how you blindsided? I was talking about you. You knew you know your husband gay. What you talking about blindsided? You know your husband gay. You know your husband gay, and you probably knew about the plastic titties. Do y'all think Kristi Noem knew about the plastic titties? She probably didn't know about the plastic titties and the Uncle Luke booty shorts. But she know her husband gay. It reminds me of Hunting Wives, right? That show Hunting Wives on Netflix. These conservatives are closet gays. They are closet kinkers. They're sleeping with immigrants, but sending immigrants to ICE detention centers. Like it's everything. There's everything that Republicans and these conservatives stand for. They really don't stand for behind closed doors. They are the biggest hypocrites. Period. So everything that they're trying to get rid of when it comes to legislation for these marginalized communities, they're literally partaking in those communities behind closed doors. It's really disgusting when you really think about it. Anyway, though, Easter Sunday is coming up, so maybe Byron Noem can go on down to the altar and get delivered.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Ciara Miller. This whole Ciara Miller debacle. We still in Jessica Couple Things. All right, so make some noise if you watch Summer House. All right, I don't watch Summer House either, okay? Now, I've been made abreast about what's going on. I do watch clips here and there. And I remember like a month ago, I did Rachel Lindsay's podcast. Shout out to her. And she was asking me about Ciara. And, we were talking about what the fans really want for Ciara and how we want Ciara to just move on from West. And we want what's good for her, right? We want her to be happy. But I hadn't gone down the rabbit hole of Summer House just yet. I'm pretty sure, judging by the title of this video, you clicked on this video and you clicked on this podcast to hear what I have to say about this whole Amanda Basura, okay, and Ciara Miller debacle. So let's start from here, all right? There have been rumors that West and Amanda have been seeing each other for a minute. Now, why was this a rumor and why was this such big chatter amongst Bravo Nation, Bravo-verse? It is because, number one, Amanda literally just separated or just got a divorce from Kyle. So her and Kyle had been together for about a decade, right? So if you watch Summer House, or for those of you guys who are not aware, Summer House is, you know, basically a group of friends that go to Martha's Vineyard, I believe, every summer. They all live in a house together. They shack up. It's a lot of, you know, ancestral things happening, even though nobody's related on the show. But, you know, it's like, it kind of gives Jersey Shore, but more sophisticated. Okay. Think Jersey Shore, but with cardigans and turtlenecks. That's what it gives. Okay. You know, you got the good whites. Okay. You got the good whites on Summer House. All right. So that's what it gives. And Kyle is like the star of the show. Kyle and Amanda were together, married for 10 years, right? But during their marriage, you have Kyle who played in Amanda's face for all of the 10 years. As a matter of fact, Kyle played in Amanda's face from the beginning. Kyle was in another relationship and Amanda was like a situationship that basically stood the test of time once he was done with the other relationship. But from the start, Bravo fans of the show always felt like Kyle and Amanda were not going to last because you usually get them how you lose them. And throughout their relationship, Kyle cheated on her several times, right? You would have certain scenes played out on the show where his fidelity would be in question.
You're driving me to the drink. Maybe get some curiosity, drive, intention, personality.
Kyle has a person. Kyle is in his mid-30s, but he behaves like he is still a guy in college. He behaves like he's still in a frat house. That's how he behaves. That's how he carries himself. Kyle is, remember when Candy was complaining to Todd about how, hey, I'm okay with you going out, but I'm just not okay with you closing the club up. Like, it's crazy for you to be at your tender age of 49, 50, for you to be closing down the club. Like, that is just not okay. Well, that is Kyle's behavior. He gonna close the club. He gonna be the last drink. Okay? Last call for alcohol. He gonna be the last call for alcohol. That is Kyle's entire personality, okay? He behaves like he's still in college, and he totally played in Amanda's face. Kyle has been on the show for all of the 10 seasons, right? And I believe Amanda came in maybe the second or third season. I think she came in as a friend of Kyle and then, like, or as a friend of somebody else. I can't remember. And then you have their situationship while he was still in another relationship. That's all played out on the show. Now, fast forward to season 5, Summer House has been a predominantly white cast. Okay? Season 5 comes in and you have CIARA Miller who comes in. Beautiful, beautiful black babe. I mean, gorgeous, okay? She's a model. She's also a registered nurse. That is her profession. And she comes in, and immediately when she comes in, she starts a situationship, but that ends up in a relationship with West, who is another cast member on the show. Now, here's the thing with CIARA and West. When it comes to West and CIARA, a lot of Bravo fans like to downplay the fact that they were in an actual relationship. And I believe it has a lot to do with the fact that West at first very much downplayed it and made it seem like, you know, it was just a little hot fling. It was just, you know, a little hot moment, a little yin, a little yang, and that was it.
How do you not have something to say when I'm at the table?
I was talking about you, though. I said that our relationship ran its course.
And it wasn't really played out on the show as if they were in a full-blown-on relationship. However, they did date each other for a couple months, and they were seriously dating each other enough for West to take CIARA back home to meet his family. Okay? I really hate when men do relationship things with you and then try to gaslight you and say, oh, but we were never in a relationship because I never asked you to be my girlfriend. I never claimed you as my girlfriend. I remember years ago, a therapist that I had told me, because I was in a similar situation. I had dated a guy for like 6 months, and he took me to meet his family, like at least like 2 times. I met his siblings, and then I met we had a weekend where we spent time with his dad in another state. You know, we were taking like honeymoon style trips with each other. And when things ran its course, his whole thing was, well, you weren't my girlfriend. And it's like, just 'cause you didn't call me your girlfriend and I didn't call you my boyfriend, it doesn't mean that we were not in a relationship. And my therapist had to say that to me. My therapist was like, just because you didn't smack a title on this, it doesn't mean that you all were not in a relationship. You were doing very much relationship style things. And that's the thing when it comes to CIARA and West, is that West taking CIARA to go spend time with his family, that is relationship things. And although he was downplaying it at first, you have several moments where he admits that they were in a relationship.
CIARA might regret like our relationship and like the however month journey we had, but like I don't. I apologize for obviously hurting you. And
he refers to her as his ex-girlfriend in this current season. They're in the 10th season of the show. And so they were in a relationship, y'all, which is why it was so hard for CIARA to move on from it. You have several scenes where she talks about how hard it was to move on from it. Number one, because it was a relationship, but also number two, because of the racial tone.
The hardest thing with like the me and West situation is that like everyone's always just like, oh, you like let a white man play you on national TV.
CIARA is the only Black woman on this show. Okay? And we all know how weird it gets for Black women who date white men. The bed wench comments. All right? And now you have this man playing in your face. And so now you will have the manosphere say things like, oh, so you let a man with pink toes embarrass you on national television, right? So she has to deal with that. So much so that in this current season, you have 2 times when CIARA has to sit down with her castmates and talk to them about how she has to deal with a lot of racism because she's a Black woman.
I don't think you guys also realize the interracial aspect that exists and like all of the that goes on. That's like, I get a lot of blowback that's like very racial, obviously being in this position.
She has to deal with racism within her cast because they don't really treat her with the same delicacy that they treat the other white women on the show. And that has a lot to do with the fact that she is Black. You have the fan base who will basically diminish her feelings because she is Black. Even now with this whole scandal happening, right? You have a lot of people down talking her and well, I mean, she shouldn't be that upset. They wasn't in a relationship anyway. You wouldn't have that same tone if the roles were reversed and it was Amanda in CIARA's place. Right? And so she has had to talk to her castmates. And even when she's talking to her castmates about the racial tones that she has to deal with, you will have white castmates. Oh, well, I have to deal with... Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're not dealing with what she deals with, please. And then you will see comments in the comment section telling CIARA, well, if you're having to deal with this, why do you want to be in these spaces where you have to deal with this? It gives very much go back to your country. Why are you here anyway? CIARA is a Black woman living in America. And as a Black woman living in America, why do you have to subject yourself to, well, you know what? I'm only going to stay in these Black spaces. Why? White people are telling her that. White people are basically telling her, well, you know what? If you feel that way, then don't come in our spaces. I'm sorry. I thought Jim Crow was over. You know, and then y'all will say racism doesn't exist. Oh, that's not racism. Y'all will say, oh, race has nothing. Stop bringing up race. You have to bring up race as a Black person because you literally have to deal with it every day. You motherfuckers with pink toes who say that you don't see color. will say things like this to Black people and then gaslight Black people by saying, oh, well, why be in those spaces? Very anti-Black. Very anti-Black, right? And so anyway, she had this relationship with Wes. You have Amanda, who is literally just coming out of a marriage with Kyle, right? And you have this interview back in February where she's saying, oh no, I'm not dating anybody. I just got out of a marriage. I'm not dating anybody, you know.
I am not dating anyone. I'm dating myself. I'm dating this couch. Me and this couch have a date for Valentine's Day. And if you're looking for me, I'll be right here. Actually, I think I'll be flying on Valentine's Day, so I don't even need to worry about it.
There was another interview clip where she talked about, manifesting maybe a younger guy to heal her, you know, but she's not seeing anybody. And while she's doing this press run about, you know, her divorce, because her and Kyle announced their divorce in January 19th, they had this joint statement that they both put on their socials back in January. You know, she's fresh out of a relationship. She even did a interview with Us Weekly, I believe, where Us Weekly asked her about dating other cast members. And she's like, oh no, I would not touch another cast member. And so that's why all these things that I just mentioned made Bravo fans go crazy when the rumor started circulating that they were being seen together, that Amanda and Wes were being seen together. Here's another layer to this. Amanda is supposed to be CIARA's best friend. Yep.
Oh no.
With friends like these, who needs enemies? With friends like these, who needs enemies? Who needs enemies when you have friends like these? Amanda is supposed to be CIARA's best friend. You saw what she went through with West, right? So you saw West play in her face. You're just getting out of your marriage with Kyle, who also played in your face. I have to ask myself the question, why does Amanda Basura, Scamanda, why does Amanda Basura think that she's going to get better treatment from Kyle after watching how Kyle treated CIARA? We got to bring the race card back. There's a discussion that I've been having on this channel about how being a preference does not secure preferential treatment, right? But a lot of times with these preferences, they will look at a man treat all these women over here wrong. But because you're the preference, you think you're going to get preferential treatment. It is not lost on me that Amanda is looking at CIARA and West like, oh, West treated her like that because she a Black girl. She's not a preference. That's not who he really likes. I'm his preference. I'm who he really likes. He didn't really like her, which is why it took him so long to even acknowledge that they were in a relationship. You smiling in that girl's face. You calling that girl your best friend. There are other men on the cast that you could have gotten close to, that you could have had conversations with. But you went for the man who broke your best friend's heart. Who needs enemies when you have friends like this? Who needs enemies when you have friends like these? Amanda clearly thinks she's a preference. And then you have Wes and Kyle of it all.
What was your reaction to the West and Amanda rumors?
I mean, I kind of thought it was outrageous. No, I don't think there's any merit to it.
Because, what happened to Bro Code? What happened to Bro Code? But then again, you have to think about it too. Part of Bro Code is these bros looking at each other and seeing themselves in each other. Kyle ain't shit. West ain't shit. So they're looking at each other like, yeah, we both ain't shit. So they don't have higher standards. They don't have high standards for each other. Men don't have high standards for each other. Men don't even have real conversations with each other. They don't ask each other real questions.
If you found out that it was true, would you be upset?
It would certainly catch me by surprise and feel a little reckless. And I think I'd probably be the last person people would be worried about. I think CIARA would probably have something to say. But if it made Amanda happy, I think I just would have to vote yay.
But when it comes to Amanda, you have to look at it and say, damn, girl, you are not a girl's girl at all. And see, this is why I don't do the whole girls shit. The girlies be the most ain't girlies of them all. Of them all. Of them all. Yesterday, you have Amanda and West releasing the statement that is so eerie because it's very reminiscent of the joint statement that she released with her ex-husband back in January. Literally, like just not even a full 3 months ago. We're on, this is the 1st of April, right? They released this joint statement that they both copy and pasted. I want to know who wrote the statement. Who do y'all think wrote the statement that West and Amanda posted up? Anyway, let me read you the puss-ass statement that Amanda Basura and West, who ain't even that cute, posted to their Instagrams yesterday. We've seen the growing online speculation, so while this is still very new, we wanted to provide some clarity. It was never our intention to purposely hide anything. Given the complicated relationship dynamics involved and given the scrutiny that comes with being on a reality show, it's not scrutiny that's tied to being on a reality show. The scrutiny that y'all are getting is because y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Amanda, you ain't shit because you a fucked up best friend. And you played in CIARA's face, who's supposed to be your bestie. West, you ain't shit because here you are happily claiming Amanda in a way that you would not do for CIARA. Why is that? Why is that? Now we got to talk about anti-blackness. And some of y'all are going to try to downplay that and gaslight me. Go gaslight your bald-headed granny. Go play with somebody else, not me. It's giving anti-blackness down. You saw CIARA as a quick fetish moment. Okay? You saw her as somebody you could play with because she's a black woman. Period. Amanda, you are with West, who just broke your best friend's heart because you feel that as a white woman, you are his preference and you are the exception to the rule. And I'm going to tell you right now, the same way West played in CIARA's face, he's going to play in yours. But while he's playing in your face, CIARA's going to have that, Ariana Madix treatment, because that's what I want immediately. Immediately. First of all, CIARA needs to be the next Bachelorette. Immediately. I need them cameras up. I need them cameras that y'all had on that Keep Sweet. The Keep Sweet girly, have that same energy for CIARA. I want them cameras up now. Give CIARA a rose. Immediately. Immediately. Congratulations, Amanda and West. You played yourselves. This is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's not going to end well. We've shown up for each other as friends over the years through all the highs and the lows. And what's developed recently was the last either one of us expected. Our connection grew out of a genuine, long-standing relationship. Shut the fuck up. People have been pulling receipts from this current season of Summer House, and they've been connecting the dots. Y'all been seeing each other. Amanda and Wes was been seeing each other before she finalized her divorce. Or is her divorce even finalized? Is her divorce even finalized? Amanda and Wes been seeing each other since last year. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. The way the Bravo fan universe has been pulling up clips, there's this one clip from this current season where West is interrogating Kyle about how often, if ever, he is still sleeping with Amanda.
Wendy, question. It's never now, or it's just less than you'd like?
Why would this be your concern? Why would this be your concern? It was your concern because you was trying to see when the coochie gonna get dry so you could wet it up again. You trying to see if that coochie dry so you could wet it up again. Don't play with me. There's this other clip of Amanda. Shout out to Face Reality 16. It's another clip of Amanda grilling, interrogating West about a girl named Dara that he was particularly seeing.
Wait, who's that girl? Did you bring her here?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Her name's Dara.
Girl, why you in that man business like that? They been fucking with each other since last year. Been fucking with each other since last year. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. The way the Bravo fans have caught so many clips. There's this other clip of Amanda walking past West and, with her hand lingering. They've been fucking with each other.
Oh, guys. No, I gotta leave this alone.
They've been fucking with each other. And it's really messed up because Amanda, it really gives that you wanted to be CIARA. It really gives that. CIARA's that girl. She's a fan favorite. Even with you being with Kyle for these last 10 years, you're not a star. CIARA's a star. I really think that Scamanda got up under CIARA and faked like she was her bestie, and that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So now let me go for West, because that's really gonna take me off. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna work out for you. It's not gonna work out for you, sister. I gotta tune in now and watch all these damn Summer House episodes. But I'm gonna tell you, friends like this scare me. I will never forget. I was in a relationship. This is back when I was in college days. I had a best friend at the time, and her and I had a fallout. And at the time, I was in a relationship, but he and I were like breaking up and young love, you breaking up, coming back together, breaking up, coming. And we had got to an argument, and literally that same week, I had a fallout with her. And do you know that girl started hanging out at his house? Asking him to be her trainer, like doing things with him that she had never done before. And I remember like back then feeling so gaslit. Oh, it's not that deep. It's not that. But it's like doing things that you've never done before with my man. Like, what is going on? Like, I've always been the type of person, like, if my friend breaks up with somebody, even if it's like a on and off thing, when you break up with that man, I break up with that man. I know you through my homegirl. Period. So if you and my homegirl not good, we not good. I don't give a damn where I see you at. If I run into you, ain't no hi, ain't no bye. It's nothing. That's girl's girl to me. And when you realize that a lot of the girlies be just waiting in the wings for something to happen between you and your man so they could just scoop him up. It's so weird. It's so weird. And the thing about that is a lot of times it never works out for y'all. It don't ever work out in your favor when you do that. It really gives that Scamanda wants to be CIARA. She wants CIARA shine, but you're not gonna get it, puss ass hoe. You're not motherfucking getting it. Cause you're not a star. CIARA's a star, you not, hoe. And you never gonna be one. You never gonna be one. Period. You wanted that girl. You wanted what that girl has. See, even in your anti-blackness, you still want what CIARA has. Very weird. Hop in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this. All right, y'all. Let's get into this episode's What the Did I Just Watch? What the did I just watch? Have y'all been watching Imperfect Women? Kerry Washington is an agent of chaos. I'm convinced. Kerry Washington is an agent of chaos, and she is pissing me off bad on this show. So make a long story short, Kerry Washington's character in Imperfect Women, her best friend just died. And literally within days of her best friend dying, this is Kerry Washington down to her best friend's home with her best friend's husband.
Lord have, they ain't even buried her yet. We ain't even slow singing flower bring yet. What's going on?
Kerry Washington is hunching her dead best friend's husband days after her best friend passes away. Mind you, she also went to a night at the opera with this man, okay? Now, that's not even the biggest gag. The biggest gag is that according to law enforcement, most likely, her dead best friend's husband is responsible for the death of her dead best friend. But again, here she is with her legs up with her dead best friend's husband. Oh, and another gag. She hunching that man so damn much and getting so damn comfortable that her dead best friend's daughter catches her in the act in their pool at her mama house.
Hope no one heard that. Yeah, I hope no one heard that. Cause if they did, we gon' be in some trouble.
So the daughter gets so upset, she hops on TikTok and she lets the whole world know that her dead mama's best friend is hunching her daddy down to the pool at her dead mama house, okay? And once the TikTok streets get a hold of this, it causes a big-ass scandal. So she goes to confront, or I guess to seek some comfort in the arms of her dead best friend's husband. But now he flips on her, and now she's in danger of being seen as the person who deleted her dead best friend so she could get with her dead best friend's husband. I mean, I'm sorry. Kerry Washington is an agent of chaos. Kerry Washington is an agent of chaos. I'm going to send you my bill for my high blood pressure medicine watching this damn show, Kerry Washington. Okay, because you getting on my nerves bad on this show, bad. But I'm sticking it through. All right, y'all, hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode of Just a Couple Things, y'all. Your favorite podcast hosted by me, your sister, Jessie Woo. Also, please make sure that when you're following me on every platform that streams podcasts, that you leave me a review and make sure it's 5 stars, because I'm a what? A 5-star bitch, all right? I'll see y'all next time. Take care of yourselves and each other.